What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I see that title's going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. We got Nick Shirley finds a rundown adult daycare that's not open. It's a lot of things that I got to show y'all, and it just goes to show y'all on how much fraud, how much BS is going around. When it goes down in California right now. It says. This adult daycare is not open. The front glass panels are broken, yet it's billed $19 million to taxpayers. After investigating California fraud, Nick Shirley has a warning about Gavin Newsom. Check out this warning right here.
And another thing to take note of is Gavin Newsom right now in Polymarket. He is the leading nominee for the Democrats come 2028. All this fraud's taking place, all this waste is taking place. Nobody really knows what's going on. I mean, look at this place. This adult daycare received $19 million, has billed the state of California over $19 million in the past few years. This is all taking place here. And another thing to take note of,
so y'all see it.
Gavin Newsom.
More that I have to show y'all though, and I'm sure I got the right video, but it's more. Nick Shirley says the fraud in California is way worse than Minnesota. It's 1,000% increase in hospice care. Says Trump launches fraud probe after seeing the video about Nick Shirley. So seeing this video, seeing multiple videos about Nick Shirley. And it says obviously that, when it comes down to mainstream media, they're ignoring it. And they're trying to, in a way, I guess, protect Gavin Newsom. Check this out.
It's in hospice care here inside of LA. Do you have the paperwork to enroll a little boy by the name of Joey?
You don't know what's going on?
Well, it says there's 14 children enrolled here on the state of California. That there is $6,000 per beneficiary. Can you give us any explanation? Where can we open a hospice at? Get the Maybach just like you.
California may have the largest amount of fraud in the country, as California is the state with the highest taxes and collects more money than any other state in America. It is filled with fraud. California's version of Medicaid, called Medi-Cal, has more than doubled since 2022 from $108 billion to a proposed $222 billion in 2026. Their population, however, has not grown exponentially. However, their spending has. There has been a 1,000% increase in hospice care in the Los Angeles County. In fact, 1 out of every $10 of home health care in America is spent in Los Angeles. On top of that, their government-funded daycare programs
I'm hoping I'm not going to copyright it from this music either. If I do, y'all probably not going to see this video.
Are filled with violations. While they continue to give money to these fraudsters, it is estimated that the fraud in California could be in the hundreds of billions of dollars. In this video, we'll be going face to face with these fraudsters, confronting them as they defraud the American taxpayer out of millions and billions of dollars as they live their lives in luxury, driving around luxurious cars that cost more than $100,000 that you actually paid for. Let's start first by going to these daycares filled with violations that still continue to receive money from the government.
So this is the location of the daycare. It's in the middle of this shopping plaza. A lot of the buildings are closed down or boarded up and have been graffitied. And then you also have just a big dumpster right here with all this garbage, and then the daycare is right there. We're gonna go in right now.
We actually have a homeless person there too. Did you see that?
There's actually somebody sleeping here right now. Hello?
Bro. I guess you couldn't see from this angle though. But the fact that you have that going down, what are the odds? Like honestly, like what are the odds? Like you have all of this all in one whop, like all at one time. Somebody say, what's California like? Go to this video right here. Honestly, everything is going to show you everything right here.
Somebody's sleeping here right now. Hello? You all right? Yeah. And so there is a homeless man who's sleeping right next to the daycare. He's sleeping right here, and the daycare is right there. This does not look like a place where you'd want to bring your child, and it does not look suitable and set the code to be a place where children are enrolled. So they do have some children here. How many do they usually say they have, or what's the story with the children?
The last few visits from the state have said that they have 39 enrolled.
And right now we're seeing about 5 children.
Yes.
They are enrolling right now. It says Medina Learning Center is now enrolling, so let's see if little Joey can leer a little bit here at Medina. Do you have the paperwork to enroll a little boy by the name of Joey? Yes, we'd like to enroll little Joey into daycare.
They have as their backup facility the UMI Learning Center, and the UMI Learning Center was convicted in federal court in 2024 of having 150 ghost kids. So I want to find out what the affiliation.
I tell you. It's definitely wild. When I say that, like, just think about that. You got daycares, you got adult daycares, you got hellfire, you got homeless, you got when it comes to the ballots, you got a whole bunch of stuff that's going down. Like, this is not just, and we talk about, you know, what's going on in Minnesota, Tom. Y'all know I speak on Ilhan Omar, what's going on with that. But just to have this going on, y'all, just think about that. To have this going on, it's completely insane, though. But to have that going on with Ilhan Omar, and, you know, the multiple things she got, Gavin Newsom in California, I'm telling y'all, it's bad. This hospice care, it's wild. It's definitely wild. Just like thinking about this, it's definitely wild. And I know I keep on saying wild, but like, bro, like, y'all know I cover a lot of, you know, when it comes down to obviously Minnesota, Ilhan Omar, Tim Walz, Keith Ellison, you know, many more. When it comes down to Minnesota, though, and I have done a couple videos, you know, when it comes down to the fraud in California, but this right here, I feel like it's definitely top. It's over the top, way over the top. And just like President Trump said, it's truly way worse in Minnesota. Way worse. Said Gavin Newsom is being rocked with another major fraud scandal. People are getting paid to sign ballot petitions for cash under other people's names, which is definitely wild. Check it out.
Concerns about the integrity of California's elections. An investigation is underway over a video appearing to show people in the state being paid to sign other voters' names on political campaign petitions. Senior national correspondent William LaJeunesse shows us from Los Angeles.
Hey, what's the line for? Get $25 to sign a petition. They get $25? $5.
What the man describes is illegal, paying people to sign a petition for a ballot measure.
Did you have to have your ID? I'm not sure.
Homeless and others lined up last week in San Francisco, apparently to collect $5 to sign a petition to qualify two initiatives for the November ballot. One to fight a tax on billionaires, the other on pension reform.
I get $5 too?
Yeah.
And what is it?
Just sign it.
Not only that, she appears to want them to impersonate another voter. In this case, an 81-year-old woman who lives more than 200 miles away.
First name is going to be Carol. Last name This is the address right here, Mississippi City, Avila Beach.
It's fraud when you get these petitioner gatherers who make anywhere from $8 to $15 a signature to get an initiative on the ballot. They're going to go ahead and do everything that they can desperately to go ahead and be successful.
Randy Economy is a political consultant who has worked on ballot campaigns.
Signature gatherers can get paid. That's pretty standard practice. But when you start paying individual people for their signatures, especially people who are down and out in their luck, that's borderline on criminal.
Under California law, according to the state, it's illegal to give money or other valuable consideration to another in exchange for their signature on an initiative petition. It is also a crime to circulate any initiative petition known to include forged names.
You only signed 2 of them so far, right?
Yeah. He signed 2 of them.
The videographer estimates hundreds signed the petitions.
So remember, first name is Carol. They got you. Sign in here.
An initiative spokesman says the circulators were subcontractors, not employees, and demanded that the signatures they gathered be rejected.
It gets worse, though. When I say it gets worse, it truly gets worse, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. It truly gets worse when it comes down to it. We talking about this, you know, when it comes to, you know, you using other people's name, and I'm gonna show y'all something else as well, you know, when it comes down to this. But before that, you got President Trump says Gavin Newsom, California, is suing President Trump over his executive order ensuring only citizens vote by mail and that mail-in ballots are secure. You know, when they're in the wrong, you know, and when I mean by that, you know, obviously the left when it comes down to it, you know, they're in the wrong when they get in the, oh, I'm about to sue you and this, that, and the other. Like, come on now, you mad because I'm telling y'all, man, it's truly wild. Truly wild.
Take some time, and I'll make this signature absolutely perfect, so it looks very good. So far, so good.
All you hear is the marker.
So that's a big deal. Very proud of it. And I don't know how it can be challenged. You'll probably challenge it. You may find a rogue judge. You get a lot of rogue judges. Very bad people, very bad judges. But that's the only way that can be changed. And hopefully we'll win an appeal if it is. But I don't see how anybody can challenge it. I don't see how they can challenge it. Take some time, and I'll make this signature absolutely.
So, let me want to go back. Let me go back to this. So we talk about, because I want to make sure I'm on the right thing. We talk about, Gavin Newsom. Talk about Gavin Newsom, obviously, and what's going on. And it gets worse though. When I tell you it gets worse, we talk about the hospital, we talk about the healthcare, we talk about the daycares, and we talk about the adult daycares. We go down the whole list. It gets worse with this stuff, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Says no wonder Gavin Newsom is suing to block Trump's executive order requiring barcode tracking for mail-in ballots. California vote fraudster Shakir Khan had 71 names and 41 completed mail-in ballots at a single house. They want to protect the fraud, y'all. Telling y'all, that's him right there. Definitely wild. So we got this. I ain't gonna play the whole video. They ain't talking or nothing. But when I say that it gets worse, no, what do you mean, Reckless? What do you mean by that? Y'all know how I say we talked about Chicago. We talked about Chicago, and we talked about Chicago with Mayor Brandon Johnson, right? We talk about New York. We talk about all these different places, right? Listen to what this man said with the question Nick Shirley had. I just want y'all to listen to this. I ain't gonna take no words out, none of that. I'm gonna let y'all listen to this because sometimes I gotta block out the words. I'm gonna let y'all listen to this.
Would you guys vote for Gavin Newsom in 2028?
I vote for him because he got me released from coming home from a life sentence.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So he didn't hold me back. He didn't hold me back. He signed off saying I'm fit for society. So yes, I would vote for Gavin Newsom.
What were you locked up for? If you don't mind me asking.
I was locked up for murder.
Would you guys vote for Gavin Newsom in 20?
Y'all heard him. Unaliving somebody, carjacking, and robbery. All three of those things, because he got released. This is the reason on why. Nick Shirley asked, would you guys vote for Gavin Newsom in 2028? This goes to show you, this is how far they're trying to take it just to get the votes. This stuff is sickening, and it's not safe at all. It's not safe at all. I'm telling y'all. Says U.S. Attorney Bill, I can't say the last name, S.A.Lee. I don't want to say it wrong, y'all. Y'all know I'm horrible with the names. Just revealed California fraud is likely in the hundreds of billions, and that Gavin Newsom is refused to implement regulations that the auditor begged for. I'm telling y'all, check it out.
Yeah, in response to the governor, not good enough.
This stuff gets worse.
They've not taken fraud seriously for over a decade here in California. They've let people out of prisons. They've decriminalized it. I call him the fraud king for a reason. He has reigned over billions and billions of dollars of fraud, whether we're investigating homeless fraud, EDD fraud, and now hospice fraud. It's going to be into the hundreds of billions of dollars under his watch. Remember, none of this fraud could happen unless California issued these licenses. California is responsible for administering hospice programs, licensing these doctors, and they're supposed to have passed regulations by January 1st of this year that were called by the auditor in California. Said California does not have sufficient regulations to crack down on fraud. He's refusing to implement those regulations because he doesn't want to own the problem. We're going to do our job. You're going to see a lot more fraud. We're going to work hand in hand with this task force, and I think it's going to be in the hundreds of billions eventually.
Wow.
I'm telling y'all, definitely crazy. Being that high, though. You know what I mean? Says right here, we dug into Gavin Newsom's own public data and found $425 billion in fraud, waste, and abuse over the past 5 years. Mind y'all, we're talking about $425 billion over the past 5 years. This stuff is serious. Like, we talked about Minnesota. We talked about Minnesota, right? It was talking about, what, 10 years? This just in 5 years, bro. That's $22,000 per taxpayer, it says right here. Check it out.
Welcome everyone to this, our fourth fraud report from Cal Doge. This one's different. Our previous reports have exposed individual examples of fraud and waste and abuse in our massive, sprawling California budget, all paid for by you. Today, what we are doing is bringing together what we have found so far to lay out the total exposure to fraud and waste and abuse in California over the past 5 years, an analysis that's been done by our colleague on the golden ticket, Herb Morgan, running for state controller, Jenny Ray LaRue, director of Doge, and the teams working behind the scenes to bring you this information. This is all information that is available from public data that we have been through to find out and tell you exactly how much this Democrat regime has stolen from you and wasted over the past 5 years. We published a previous analysis earlier in the year, but now we've spent more time, we've gone through more information, and we have an updated number for you that will shock you. And it's very important that we are doing this today, March the 31st. Today is the deadline for the state to publish its audited spending. Gavin Newsom has missed that deadline for the last 6 years, which tells you exactly how seriously they take their responsibility to be prudent, careful with public money. They don't take it seriously at all. They don't care about your money. They just steal it and waste it. And now we can tell you exactly how much. Here is the number. This is the total. $425 billion. That's billion with a B. When you see these reports, as we've been putting out with Cal Doge, people like Nick Shirley, Dr. Oz, CBS News, you see numbers of hundreds of millions, tens of millions in fraud. This is the total. It's not millions, it's billions. $425 billion over the last 5 years. If you add that up, that is $22,000 for every taxpayer in California. $22,000 of your money that they took and flushed it down the toilet. That's what you get with Gavin Newsom's Califraudia.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I just noticed that, and he probably been saying it the whole time, seeing how it's a sign in my face. I'm not gonna lie. Califraudia? That is raw. Califraudia. That's the first. I know y'all probably like Recklezz. I heard that. This the first time I've heard it. I don't know about y'all, but this is the first time I heard that. Perfect. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely love it. Good thing about it though, when it comes down to it, not only with Gavin Newsom, but with a lot of other things that's going down. Because y'all know y'all heard me say, more about what that guy did. The unalive, the carjacking, the robbery, stuff like that. Got Border Patrol Chief Greg Bonvino just sent a message to Gavin Newsom. Saying basically Gavin Newsom does not cooperate with the U.S. Border Patrol or ICE. He invited Gavin Newsom down to... I'm going to just play the video. I don't know why I'm sitting here. I'm going to play the video.
Gavin Newsom does not cooperate with the U.S. Border Patrol or ICE. Jesse, I invited Gavin Newsom down to the Imperial Valley there in the El Centro sector several times, and he couldn't get away from that invitation quick enough. So as far as Border Patrol agents there in Los Angeles and San Francisco, they're still there. We've got hundreds of Border Patrol agents in Los Angeles doing that Title VIII immigration mission, and I talked to the guys out there just a couple of days ago. A lot of good apprehensions, a lot of heinous criminals are still taking off the streets of Gavin Newsom's state because he refuses to do that. That's why we're in Los Angeles, and look out San Francisco and anywhere else that we find a threat. Gavin Newsom.
Crazy. One thing about it, though, is that And it said, you know, them saying you got hundreds of Border Patrol agents in Los Angeles, you know, on that mission is truly, truly great, you know, to do that. You know what I mean? Truly. And it's needed. I mean, I'm not going to play this video, obviously, but you literally have right here. I mean, this is from my other video, y'all. But you literally have right here when it comes down to it. I think that's from my other video. I want to make sure, you know, I don't want to be giving y'all no spoilers or nothing. But that's from my other video. But you have, you know, in California, #1 in homelessness. I mean, y'all seen the homeless guy right there when Nick Shirley was doing that video. #1 in poverty. You got #1 in unemployment. #2 in water bills. Number 1 in gas tax. #3 in energy and electricity costs. #1 in people leaving the state. #1 in funding for illegal immigrants. Just showed y'all Greg by me, no. #1 in illegal border crossings. #1 in, man, I'm telling y'all, #1. They #1 in stuff that don't need to be. I'm telling y'all, it's definitely crazy of what's going on. And Gavin Newsom ought to be ashamed of himself. Definitely stay tuned because I got more, you know, that I want to drop, that I want to show y'all about, you know, California and Gavin Newsom. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Stay tuned for today's video dropping tonight. Definitely a banger. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Catch y'all next one.